All right, I'm a little sick. I've been sick all week, but I need to go ahead and talk about these episodes already before I start to completely forget what even happened in them. Plus, there's a new episode coming out tomorrow, so it's high time. Ooh, God, my left ear is completely plugged up. This is driving me crazy. See what this show does to me. So, episodes 4 and 5. 4 is basically the Scylla and Charybdis episode. 5 is basically the Circe episode. Let's talk about what happened in these episodes. Now, again, this show does still make so many changes. It's not like the book. I'm sorry. Like, I won't hear any more arguments that it is. Oh, it's so much like the book. No, it's not. Stop that. It's not. They changed so much. Like, is this what fans wanted? Like, if you're a fan, is like the way the show handles itself as an adaptation, is this what you wanted? Is this what you were looking forward to? They cut another damn thing out. They cut the Hydra out now. That's do we have something cut out every episode? Let's see. We don't have the battle at the school. We don't have the Colchis Bulls. We don't have Agrius and Aureus. And now we don't have the Hydra. That's what we all want as fans, right? To not see the many Greek mythical creatures that appeared in the books. $15 million an episode, huh? I'll give them a little credit, though. At least they did include, Clarisse's warship and actually had a scene with it battling. At least there was some of that. But even that, they changed so much. So I should go over some of the things I like. Tyson is still great. I really like him as a character. Where the hell are the hippocampi? Shane and I, while watching, and you can watch all our full reactions over on Patreon, we kept saying, where are the damn hippocampi? Are we cutting them out too? Looks like not really, because they showed one for like 2 seconds, and it's like, okay, it's gonna appear later. But dear God, have they toned down the roles of the hippocampi. But again, whoever's playing Tyson is doing a great job. He's very endearing. He looks great. Again, like I said before, I hate that they revealed what he is right away. They completely got rid of that dynamic and a lot of the stuff that made him interesting in that way. But he's performed very well, and the eye at least looks good. I guess that's what's eating up the whole budget. That eye means, like, we have to cut 7 other monsters out of the show. Again, like, Percy and Annabeth's dynamic is perfectly good in this season. It's so much better than last season. I don't know what was going on last season, but it's better here. And Clarisse, like I said before, they're changing up her character a bit, trying to make her more sympathetic, have her care more about her crew and all of that. And it's not something I'm necessarily against. That's actually a change where I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing or what you're trying to do. It could be interesting. But I was like, where's it all going to go? Aren't you all going to die in the Scylla Charybdis battle anyway? Or are they going to change that? Well, spoilers, they don't change that. So it all ends up being for nothing. They all just die in the Scylla Charybdis battle very quickly after they make so many stupid, idiotic plans that don't work. It's so weird, honestly, the dichotomy of watching Clarisse tries so hard to preserve her crew. Meanwhile, the show still treats her crew as completely dispensable. Like, when Clarisse meets up with Percy and Annabeth and Tyson, they're like, hey, you could use a strategist, a sea navigator, and an engineer, right? Clarisse is like, no, I already got all 3 of those right here on the crew. And Annabeth's like, no, you don't. And she just stabs all 3 of them and kills them. Now, on the one hand, I appreciate that kind of dark humor. On the other, it's like, wow, we were just playing up like these are people that matter, and no, they don't. So you can see why I'm kind of mixed sometimes on the changes they make on this show. Ah, that's nice. But, one change I really don't like? Once Clarisse sees Percy and Annabeth from her, not Percy and Annabeth, Percy and Tyson from her ship, she tries to kill them! She fucking fires on them! Okay, you psychopath! Like, look, I know Clarisse is a bully and tough and, like, insecure and all of that, but she's not a murderer! She was never this evil. Like, she just fired her cannons at Percy and Tyson. She just straight up tried to kill them. And I swear, if any of you people say, oh, she didn't know who they were, so what? She was just firing on random people she just saw? Like, what kind of insane person is this? Oh, well, she's the daughter of Ares. She's reckless. This isn't reckless. This is dangerous levels of, like, either stupidity or evil. Like, what was going on there? In the books, she fired on the Hydra. She saved Percy and Annabeth in the books. Because even though, yeah, she's a bully, she's a dick, she's not an irredeemable monster. She still saves Percy and Annabeth and Tyson when she sees them. And she lets them onto her boat in the book also. Even though, like, hey, you guys are expelled from camp. You guys are so screwed. But it's like she's not just going to leave them for dead. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't reread this book in a while, but... you know, it's just stuff like that, you know. It's just like with the Grover ratting out Percy instead of offering a, like, cover for Percy in season 1. Like, you do what you think is such a tiny change, but in doing so, you change a lot about who a character is because you're not thinking through the change. And it's kind of ridiculous. Then it's like, okay, we have to sail past Scylla and Charybdis. Which one are we going to sail past? And in the books, Clarisse is admittedly making kind of a dumb decision, but I can at least see the logic behind it. In the books, she's like, well, if we sail past Scylla, she's just going to eat our crew, and she's up in the rocks. We can't reach her. If we sail past Charybdis, I can shoot at that monster. And on top of that, like, I have, like, much newer technology. Like, I'm sure firing cannonballs at Charybdis will work. It turns out it doesn't work because Charybdis just sucks those cannonballs in and spits them right back at her. It's like, okay, you fucked up, but I at least get how you fucked up. In the show, it's like, no, let's sail past Scylla because I don't want to risk my ship getting destroyed. I guess what was the exact reasoning? I think it was Annabeth who suggested sailing past Scylla, saying, hey, all you have to do is sacrifice 6 of your men, because that is the myth. Like, that Scylla's, like, dog serpent heads, like, snatch 6 men as you go past. And it was even Odysseus's logic, if I recall. He went by Scylla because he was like, look, Scylla will eat some men, Charybdis will destroy the whole ship. It's better to lose a few men than lose the whole damn ship and lose everyone. So I think, like, Annabeth goes with something similar. And Clarisse is like, I promised them Elysium. I can't just let them die. And then they do go past Scylla, though. But... 2 really stupid things. 1, Scylla's design is completely changed. I don't like it. Why do you even include these monsters if you're not going to include them the way they're supposed to be? Scylla was mythically accurate in the book, but in the show, they've changed it from 6 heads to 6 arms with crab claws. It's like, that's not Scylla. Why would you do that? That's really dumb. Second, and this is the more egregious thing, because that first is a personal pet peeve, but this is just dumb plot-wise. When they're sailing past, Clarisse, Percy, and Annabeth, and Tyson are all below deck, so Scylla can't get them. But she leaves her men above deck to get snatched by... It's like, just bring everybody below deck! What are you doing? And even if you want to argue with me and say, like, oh, probably Scylla can burst through and get below deck, maybe, but at least try. Bring everyone below deck. Like, that should be the plan. Like, if you want to make a change here, like, I would understand that, be like, just get everyone below deck so Scylla can't get us, but then it turns out she can get to them, and that's what fucks it up. Sure. Why are you just leaving your men up there to get killed? In fact, it's made very clear Clarisse is not okay with that. So then what she does is then she steers them towards Charybdis, which is an even bigger threat. And it's like, what is even the plan right now? And then the ship doesn't even get destroyed by Charybdis like in the book. In the book, like, Charybdis wailed on the ship so hard, and the only reason it lasted as long as it did was because Tyson was so brilliant and held the engine together. So it's like the characters did all that they could, but, shit just went down. In the show, it's not even Charybdis that destroys it. It's because they try to get their jar of winds and they fuck up and knock it over, and the jar destroys the whole ship. It's like the ship and the crew got wiped out by pure incompetence of the main characters. That's what I want to see. That's what I want. That's what I want in the Percy Jackson adaptation. For you to make all the characters dumber and more inept and fuck more shit up. Just like in season 1, where you made them fail their mission for no goddamn reason. It's so stupid. It's really, really stupid. I know you all want me to talk about Thalia. First thing I'll say is, haha, I was right. All you people on my Sea of Monsters review saying I was the one pronouncing her name wrong. It's pronounced Thalia, you idiot. You don't know how names are pronounced. Ha! It's Thalia. It was always Thalia. I was right. Though they changed everything else about her. This is another character whose race has been changed. I don't care anymore. It's been done so many times. It's like, yeah, sure, whatever. My only question is, does this mean Jason is also going to have his race changed? Because they have the exact same parents, right? I guess if we get to Heroes of Olympus, Jason won't be, a white blonde guy. My representation, it's gone. Yeah, I guess they're going to change that too. And I'm sure, a lot of people are really mad about it. I'm just numb to it at this point. I wasn't insanely mad about the race swapping on the show. I was just like, I would rather you make them look how they're described in the book because, as a book fan, you want everything to be as close to the book as possible. And as a myth fan, you want things to be as close to the myths as possible. But this show has already made it clear they're not doing either of those. They don't care how things are described in the book, and they sure as shit don't care how things are described in the myths. So Thalia's race has changed. She also does not look like a big punk rock person. I remember she was described, I think, as having, choppy hair and stuff like that. Not in the show, she doesn't. And weirdest thing, she's British now. Where the fuck did that come from? Shane and I were going, why are you British during the show? Was she British in the book? Somebody please correct me. But no, it's like, are you mixing up Thalia with Sadie Kane? What are you doing? So that was weird. But I think that's all I have to say about episode 4. Tyson's still great. I'm mixed on the Clarisse changes, mainly because they don't go anywhere. But it's not even that it's such a bad idea what you were trying to do with her, but it didn't go anywhere. And you also made her very incompetent as a strategist. And again, I like the dynamics between Percy and Annabeth, but you made them both incompetent also. Everybody's fucking incompetent. Things have been changed for no reason, in ways that just make everyone seem dumber and make things seem less efficient. And you've cut out the Hydra, and you've severely cut down the hippocampi. It's like, everything's getting cut. But that's how I feel about episode 4. So let's go to episode 5 now. This is the Circe's Island episode. And they've changed 90% of, Circe's shit. I'll say this. I'm amazed they actually let the characters figure out it was Circe instead of just immediately know, with everything else. I was so sure they weren't going to let that happen, but they did. Not that it even matters in this version of Circe, because this version of Circe is Calypso. You mixed the characters up. This is not Circe. This is Calypso. Desperately wanting people to stay on her island and providing everything they could possibly need. And again, I know what some of you are going to say. You're going to say, what, she provided Odysseus and his crew with everything they needed for a year? It's like, yes, but that was not the norm for her. She had been transforming and cursing everyone who came to her island. The only reason she changed things up for Odysseus was because he got her into bed as advised to by Hermes. But in this show, they say that she's always been helping everyone, which again makes no sense because she openly admits that she turned Odysseus' crew into pigs. Was there just something specifically about his crew that you hated? What was going on there? But yeah, the way she talks about, like, you know, people always show up, I always help them, and then they always leave, and they leave me alone. It's like, this is the Calypso story. You've mixed up the characters. What are you going to do when you get to Calypso in season 4? Are we just going to cut her out like we cut out so many other things? I guess you technically could. It's not that big a deal. But still. Yeah, instead of, like, her being like, all men are pigs and cursing them all, now she's like pampering and helping and doing spa retreats and yoga stuff for every person who arrives on her island. And they've also merged her island with the Sirens. And this is where shit gets really egregious. It's where, like, Percy and Annabeth just say, all right, well, let's just put, you know, wax in our ears and we'll get past the Sirens. And then and then Circe comes out and just, like, says, oh, you guys are Homer fans, aren't you? No, that's not right. Homer's gotten so many half-bloods killed. Just shitting all over the source material. Again, that's what I want to see as a myth fan. Shit all over the source material. Again, this wasn't in the books. In the books, it was mythically accurate. But no, in the show thinks it's so much better than the books. Not just Riordan's books, but even Homer's books. Like, the fucking narcissistic egos on the writers of this show. They think they're such hot shit. It's so downright offensive, the way they behave. Like, we're so much better than everything you literally came here from. Like, you know, so pathetic. It's so stupid. Shitting all over Homer. And she's like, no. Odysseus specifically used honeycomb wax from Aristaeus's hive, which is a fun little myth in joke, because Aristaeus was the god of beekeeping. So, haha, see. But yeah, she only turns men into guinea pigs in this version if they, I guess, catch on to her scam. So I guess Blackbeard and his pirates caught on to her scam. I didn't know Blackbeard was so smart in that regard. At least they still had Blackbeard. I thought they were just going to cut him out entirely. But, yeah, it was really dumb. I didn't like it. I didn't like how they changed the Circe stuff. I didn't like how they shat all over the source material. I'm surprised, honestly, that, like, I wouldn't be entirely shocked if at some point some character didn't just come out and go, oh, you guys are Rick Riordan fans? Nah, fuck his work. Like, it's all wrong. This is the legit stuff. This is where it's at. It's fuck you. Like, how dare you, honestly, just dump all over. Like, when part of what made Rick's books so great was that they stuck as true as possible to the original stories, like when adapting them, and constantly acknowledged it and served as such an educational gateway. Do you know how many people Rick got into mythology by following the myths? Who is writing this show? Like, why do you keep dumping all over the stuff that people love and came here for? So I really don't get, like, why defenders don't have a problem with that stuff. They're literally insulting you. They're insulting you. You're okay with that? It's mean. They changed the Sirens designs. I'm shocked they didn't just cut them out of the show, but they're there. It's so weird because in the credits of the show, they have the Sirens all mermaid-like, and I was like, oh no, you're not going to make them mermaids, are you? Because that's a huge misconception. Sirens are supposed to be part bird. They're not in this, but they're not mermaids either. They're rock women. All right. I'm guessing it's supposed to be a nod to the fact that Sirens lure sailors to the rocks to fuck up their ships. But the Sirens themselves aren't rocks. They're birds. And they were accurate in the books, again, but they changed it up here. You're either going to like it or dislike it. I just didn't see the point. Like, why change it? And then, but I will give the show credit here. They actually tricked me. They have this scene where Annabeth just goes up and stabs the Sirens, and then Athena shows up and stabs the third one and goes like, I've never seen someone successfully trap the Sirens before. I was like, this wasn't a trap. What is even going on? All of this is so stupid and out of place, and that's so out of character for Athena. None of this makes any sense at all. And then it's revealed it was all just a hallucination the Sirens put into Annabeth. I was like, oh. Okay, you tricked me. And Percy does save her. My question is, though, how the fuck does Percy save her? Did he put the wax in his ears? Did he? I'm guessing he did. Yeah, it was really stupid beforehand, because it was like, all right, let's just tie ourselves down. Because we only have enough wax for one person. It's like, why doesn't one of you get tied down and the other just put the wax in? I don't know. But congrats, you tricked me. I didn't think in a million years you were going to let Percy save Annabeth. But you did. Cool. And that whole vision, which I thought was complete stupid bullshit when I was watching it, but then when it was revealed, none of it was really happening. I was like, oh, okay, you got me, show. Good job. So that, I'll give that a point. It's also dumb, though, that when the pirates get released, just seconds later, Circe's perfectly fine standing in her office. I thought the pirates were trying to kill her. Like, hi, what happened there? What happened there? Did she beat them? Wait, no, they weren't able to use the wax because Circe took it, right? See, I'm sick. I'm forgetting things. So they didn't have any wax, did they? How did Percy save Annabeth? Shouldn't he have been under their song too? Wait a minute. God damn it. Okay, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. They changed up Polyphemus. Instead of being dumb, it turned out he was only pretending to be dumb, when in reality, he's actually really smart and really intimidating. Like, he was actually listening in on Grover the whole time. He knew the whole time he wasn't like a lady Cyclops. So this is a big change from the books, and also kind of from the myths, because Polyphemus is really dumb in the myths. But it's a change that does make him more intimidating. So it's one of those changes where I'm like, oh, I don't really think I mind this change. See, I'm not a purist. If you make a change that works, I will be okay with it. I feel like the Polyphemus one is working so far. God damn. Like, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm actually curious to where this is going to go now. The problem with this show is so many of the changes are for the worse. So many of the changes make everything worse. And that is when I get upset. But, I'm curious to see where the Polyphemus thing goes. I'm still wondering if the Clarisse personality changes are going to go somewhere. I'm guessing they will, but I don't know with this show. But, yeah, I think that's really all I have to say about these episodes. As you can hear, I need to drink some more tea. I don't know how to end videos.